Hello, welcome back to the Canon Factory, an elegant podcast for a more civilized age. I'm your host, Sean, and I'm joined by...
This is Matt.
This is Richie.
Hi, Mike.
And as you can tell by Brennan's shredded vocal cords, we are 1 week away from The Last Jedi. Hype doesn't even begin to explain the feelings that we have, and we're so in love with Star Wars. We're in love with Rian Johnson, so let's talk about love.
My love
let's
stops
talk
at
about
Star Wars.
the great theories that people won't stop talking about that we refuse to talk about until this moment. Guys, does Rey and Kylo Ren fall in love?
First of all, Sean, your resident hype guy.
Hey, I don't know about
get that.
I don't know about that. You got me, guys.
Yeah, since I didn't start the conversation, now it just feels weird. I feel like I had to one up you.
You did. You got me.
So what is this, episode 15, 16?
16.
Look at that. It took me 16 times, and I finally beat you to it. Oh,
17,
Come
I
on,
think.
come on, Rick.
I mean,
I've got one thing.
Listen, this isn't
There's
an
one
episode of Rick and
podcast
Morty.
every day. I've got one thing, and you take it away.
Oh, Morty.
Star Wars is next
Have we
week.
really done this 17
I
times?
think so.
I think it's...
Yeah, Matt,
16
can't you
or
tell by
something.
the 17 gray hairs you have?
Got him.
One for every
All right,
episode.
back to the love in Star Wars.
Yeah, man.
What was your question?
Does Rey and Kylo Ren?
Kylo.
Yeah, they got a little thing. I don't know if you heard the phrase Reylo
Is it Reylo or... Yeah.
or Ken or K.
K?
I prefer Kin, honestly.
Every kiss begins with Reylo.
Coming to stores near you. I mean, Star Wars sponsors grapes, so they might as well.
Yeah, I saw that this week. Potatoes,
Poor
grapes.
Luke is on cabbage.
Yeah, cabbage. Oh, yeah, so Reylo. A lot of people, on that note, on the note of cabbage,
Right.
let's talk about Reylo.
Yes.
So, yeah, a lot of people, this has been floating around the internet. We don't normally handle speculations too crazy on here. We like to try to keep that.
Sometimes, though.
Yeah, sometimes we do.
A little bit.
Yep. So, yeah, it's a hugely popular theory for a lot of people that don't know. There's a lot of people that... I think there's going to be a lot of people upset if it doesn't happen because it seems like it has so much. People have already made it their headcanon.
Tumblr would riot.
Tumblr would probably flip tables, or they would just flip their hair to a different color. I'm not sure. I feel like that's appropriate.
Like I type in Reylo on Google, the first thing that comes, the second
Tumblr.
thing that comes up is Tumblr.
Yeah, so a lot of people think that there's an opportunity for a romantic possibilities and relationship here. Me personally, I think that there's honestly a good possibility that it could happen.
I think Star Wars as a whole, I think it would match the symmetry. It would mirror Anakin and Padme,
Okay.
where you have them coming together at the beginning of the story and coming apart as the male falls to darkness.
All right. Then there's
And
the
now-
singleness.
Right. So now we'll have Kylo come out of darkness to meet Rey
Right.
and come together. I think it makes sense.
I think the thing that seems to really stand out with me about the whole situation is there's definitely some sort of connection between Kylo and Rey. There's some sort of like unspoken connection that seems to be occurring.
Right.
And I think if they're not like cousins and or brothers or sisters, I think that there's some sort of further forced connection that could be possibly a love interest or a relationship of some type.
I mean, we've said from the beginning, Kylo definitely knows who she is. I think it's obvious when I watch Force Awakens that Kylo knows who Rey is.
I don't think he does.
You don't think so?
Well, Brennan, you can be wrong.
I might be.
We all could.
Wow.
I just don't think he. I don't think he does.
What's the
You
line?
might, yeah. What girl?
Yeah, but he says it with a different inflection that infers that
What girl?
yeah, like he knows who she is. Like
Well, he's like taking it back. He's like,
that girl that I'm thinking of.
Oh, he's
That one?
like, but did you get your number or like?
Right. Can I have it?
She got some Mike and I.
She got some Mike and Ike's?
Can I
Can I
have
have it?
Is your boyfriend? Is he coming back?
No, that's good.
Shout
Shout out to Matt TV.
So there was
sponsors.
something Ryan said in an interview recently, or maybe it was a tweet, I can't remember, but he mentions that there's romance in the movie, which I think I kind of expected, but in my mind, it seems obvious that it's Finn and Rose.
Okay. Tell me why you think that's obvious.
Well,
The hug,
I mean,
man,
it's a
at the
convenient.
end.
It's a
The Ray Finn hug.
I mean, and here, Matt, plug yours real quick. In one of the TV spots, we see Finn wake up, and the first thing he says, pose like, I'm sure you have a million questions, and Finn just goes, "Where's Ray?"
yeah.
First thing he says.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know. I haven't
missed
seen that spot either. But there's like 15 spots
shared
out
it,
there.
but it was ignored.
I don't know. It seems
Yeah.
like. I mean, it seems like they're setting up that Finn and Rose are going to go off on like an expedition
They're good.
together, and
Well, in the
that seems like opportunity for me.
EW photos that just came out recently, Poe's looking at what's her face. Is it like she's giving some? He's giving her some eyes.
Talking about Holdo.
Oh yeah.
That's what I said, man.
Haldo.
A little bit of power struggle. Listen, sometimes you got
Panther a little bit there. What do they call it?
listen, cougar panther. A little bit of a panther.
You guys know
Ooh,
what
a
I'm
cheetah.
I'm hip, I'm cool.
A
Panther.
little bit of a lynx.
Ooh, an ocelot.
Ooh.
An ocelot.
Oh, you guys, man, screw you guys.
that was a.
Come here.
Ooh, it's a little bit of a
Try to put together a show. And you
Yeah.
guys.
I
Well,
don't
here's-
see
here's-
that
listen,
at
listen.
all,
All right, bring
Brennan.
it-
But listen, here's
I
the
don't
moral.
see that.
Here's the moral of the story, though.
All right.
Here's the moral of the story.
Can't trust the system.
Why do we care about Kylo as a character at the beginning of The Force Awakens?
I think because he's conflicted, and we are conflicted as
At
people.
the beginning
Correct.
of Force Awakens,
Yes.
because he stopped a blaster bolt and that was super cool.
All right, at the very beginning.
Come on, Matt. Where are you at on that? You know you like that stuff.
That was pretty.
Get on
as-
in here.
as
Get
Matt
off
would
your
say,
ESPN.
It's pretty cool. No, Matt is literally watching the supply amounts of paper clips in the United
I'm not
States.
even joking.
It is
He has a
climbing
running
rapidly.
counter on his computer of the
and he's-
world's
Listen,
paperclip
he
production.
doesn't just have it on. He's fixated. He is like
That's all you've been
staring.
watching. Every week I look over. We're
Every
recording
week?
a podcast
Oh, no,
episode, and you are like you're looking up anime characters. You're watching paperclip production numbers. Like
This is the decline. A month ago, I caught you watching the Cavaliers game. Now you're watching.
Which is bad enough itself because the Cavaliers are straight
Amen.
booty and LeBron James is
Amen.
an idiot.
Amen.
Listen,
I'm glad
That
he
was
got
also
ejected.
when they weren't playing defense.
I'm
So
glad he
what
got
do you
ejected.
have
the
to say for
moral
yourself,
of the story, as I was saying,
I'm sure all of our listeners love sports.
Matt? Yeah.
Hey, let's not generalize.
if I could just make a
guys.
sports metaphor real quick on that. No, I'm just kidding. Kylo Ren, we became emotionally attached to him when we found out that he was Han and Leia's child.
Yeah, but that's like halfway through the movie.
It was
I
not
agree.
halfway. It was maybe
Quarter of the
20,
way.
20 minutes.
I liked him
Okay.
because he was conflicted.
Right, but I'm just saying.
I hated him. No, I'm just joking.
Well, you know what the saga needs? It needs Force babies.
Not gonna argue with that one.
It needs children of Force users, or people who have or Force connected.
Explain. I mean, I don't disagree. But
This story,
I'm trying to
one of
see.
the focal characters of this saga, is
He's
the
saying
child of Leia and the child of the Skywalker
Right.
descendants or whatever.
So if we want this
Right.
to keep
If we
going,
want
there
this-
needs to be a reason for it to keep going.
Correct. So we need more characters to follow, and if it's going to continue to be the Skywalker saga,
We're
we
going to need more
some, We're going to need some
Skywalkers.
Skywalkers.
Well, shouldn't the fact that they're doing a new saga completely separate from this show that there's no?
Yeah, I saw.
I
Force
think
babies?
well, they're going to do both. They're absolutely going to continue.
I
to
think
do
they're
both.
going to do a Skywalker saga. We're just another.
Matt's taking a
20
break
years
from the
away.
paper clips.
Yo,
Yes,
hello,
something to
NPR
say.
voice here.
Yeah, so I have 6 octillion paper clips, just so you know.
Is this like Cookie Clicker?
Yeah,
That's what it
except
sounds like.
You've maximized your paper clips. Yeah. So anyway,
Wait. You're not tracking paper. This is your production. Like
Yeah.
you're like think of like Adventure Capitalist, but paper clips.
Right. Yeah, I already turned the entire Earth into paper clips. Now I'm doing space. So, yeah.
Matt, you are an incredible human
You are
being.
one sad,
You are-
strange
you
little
are-
man.
You are a unique specimen, my good man.
So anyway, I saw a headline that said Episode 9 was going to be the end of the Skywalker saga story thing.
And I saw a
I
headline.
saw a headline that
Go ahead.
I don't know. I
Yeah, we
couldn't
both
think- you
said
could
it set
probably-
up. We both had
I
it set up.
couldn't
It didn't have a punchline.
I know. Well, at first I thought I'm gonna say something about Trump, and then I'm like, no, I can't say something about Trump. And then you were like, and then I was gone.
I find it hard to believe that they would end the Sky. That's their moneymaker.
Yeah, right, exactly.
They've said that they're
They
gonna
need
do
Skywalker
saga after
Jedis,
every major Skywalker
and if Kylo
saga.
Ren's the only Skywalker in the
don't
saga,
know.
he's gonna have to get it on. And
But doesn't that kind of pigeonhole you if you're redoing the same story over and over? If you're staying with the same
Yeah.
storyline?
it's like poetry, Brennan. It rhymes.
It does, but
okay?
like I know people that are like my parents'
I'm
age
gonna
that
eat my mic.
won't even watch the new trilogy because Darth Vader's not in it. So
Yeah.
it's like you're always gonna have that crowd. It's like, wait, where's Luke Skywalker? Where's blank Skywalker? Whoever the next Skywalker is gonna be. I don't know. I just don't think they're ever gonna.
Who's blank
end it.
Skywalker?
Insert anyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He's
I'm saying
close
like
relative
if
to
they're
Noel
forced
Skywalker.
babies, the next Skywalker. Sean, are you dead, dude?
Fuck.
we're having a conversation. I just look at Matt furiously clicking the compute button on his paperclip factory.
I just wish.
And
that-
also, it's not even interesting.
I
It's
wish that our
completely
listeners could
text-based.
see
clip
what
It's
we
just-
see.
game.
For those who are interested, his strategic modeling is tit for tat. He's fluctuating between
maximizer.
what is that? I don't. To be honest, I have no idea.
I'm taking a photo, and we're gonna tweet this photo.
Game.
I'm not putting that on my Twitter.
And there it is.
So thematically, I
Awesome.
think Reylo makes sense, and as terms of continuing the saga, I think Reylo
For
makes
Force
sense.
babies, you're saying?
Right. So I think we need
a setup to continue the story.
correct.
But if there's one thing we've seen, you don't have to have two Force users to have a Force baby.
No, you don't. But you could have a super Force
Force baby.
Yeah.
Do we know that's
does
a thing?
Does it work that way?
We don't know. Is it?
Does the Force multiply like that?
I think it does.
I would say
And if
Then, if that's true,
I can
why
remove his
didn't
glasses.
why didn't Palpatine just like make an army of?
Well, that's a
He-
great
he-
question.
well, he tried.
That's a fantastic question.
Hold on. He's gonna
And-
drop something. He's gonna drop something.
That's a great question.
Hold on. Oh,
Here's the thing.
all right, here we go.
It all has to do.
Here, he's wiping his eyes. It's real serious. Okay, this is the most serious I've ever seen.
No, I'm just stalling for time. So I can come up with a good idea. Here's the thing. Palpatine, right? Darth Plagueis created Anakin.
Right. That's actually what I was gonna say.
Right. So he's basically he's basically Daddy Skywalker. If we all serious.
He's
you know
the
what I'm saying?
product.
He's the product.
of a.
I don't know what he is. I mean, we don't know enough, right? Because it's not something that they would tell us.
I call BS on that one.
Because we're not Sith enough. So what I'm saying is he's Papa Skywalker. Shmi, obviously Force sensitive. Basically, Anakin was a super Force baby.
I was actually gonna go one step further and say
Oh.
Sheev created Anakin with the help of Darth Plagueis. So Anakin is basically 50% Sheev, 50% Plagueis, DNA wise.
now here's my second question.
Oh, shit.
Here's my question. What if
Shmi's just a surrogate.
What if Rey is like Luke's daughter? They'd be cousins. They couldn't be making
Right,
babies.
and
if
that's
they're
what I was
cousins.
Well,
saying.
that's why Game of Thrones is partnering with Star Wars in
Oh
promoting
boy,
incest.
I
so
know where
that
this
it's
is
okay.
going.
We are so
gonna go.
far off.
You are making
I'm gonna go.
paper clips.
I'm gonna
I
go.
don't want to hear
At
it.
least
I'm
I'm
just
making
gonna
them
go.
in space.
I'm just going to go.
We
for it.
are on track. Because I don't know.
We
I
are,
feel
though.
like
I'm on it. I'm being honest.
this conversation is proportionately
it's a pretty good one.
weird to how weird it would be for
Just
Kylo Ren and Rey to get
Don't let me.
together.
I'll just be under here.
Ike is.
Ike
I was gonna say
is
90%, but
under
now
the
100%
table.
under the table.
I think we're a little hype drunk, is what it is. We are a week away, people. Week away.
Ike, why
back.
do you think
We're back.
Shmi is obviously Force sensitive?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that too. Is that
Doesn't it make sense?
Did you just make that
That
up
I'm
for your
being
joke?
ironic?
Or
Doesn't
Can I
either
just
thing.
say this? Where did the sandstorm come from?
okay, so you just
guys,
made that up. for
guys,
your
don't
joke.
forget I'm down here, okay?
do you think someone caused the sandstorm so that
Shmi calls the sandstorm because she wanted
the
Anakin to
Darude
come home.
sandstorm? Because I love that sandstorm.
I love the grandma that's like, hey, Annie.
Storm
The storm's coming, Annie. Better get home
All right, so back to Reylo.
There's a YouTube channel that we're all fans of. That's you guys go check
Wayward-
out called The Wayward Jedi.
Yeah, the Wayward Jedi. He
who
has like
made
a total.
an incredibly in-depth video about the cinema, like the thematic choices behind Reylo.
Get it out, Sean.
So
The death stare.
if you want to hear really in-depth, intelligent people talk about it, go to that video.
Don't listen to us.
And if you just want to hear,
we go.
yep.
Nice.
Brendan, what do you got?
I'm seeing about 4 inches of Ike's gut right now, and it's pretty great.
Hello.
But I don't see it happening. I don't see Reylo happening. I
Why
see
is
them
that?
teaming up, but I don't see them being a love
Let's
interest.
hear a good rebuttal.
I don't have one.
Here's the thing.
Like I just, to me, I think it. I just think it would be dumb. I don't see it happening.
I think you have the high ground. I don't think you really need to make a rebuttal.
I'd rather see Rey and
Now,
Kylo go to the dark, like Rey go to the dark side than see her fall in love with
Talk
Kylo.
to me about that.
I can't believe. I think I agree with you, Bryn. I think personally, I don't want to see them be like romantically involved.
I think I do.
I honestly
Why?
can't believe that we're even talking about
No,
this.
I appreciate the fact that we're a little split on this. Let's talk
Yeah.
it through.
It's really weird hearing Ike's voice because I cannot see him. He's still under the
I
table.
can't see him either.
Um,
I'll just say I think the burden of proof is on the Reylo
I agree.
people.
So do you
I
guys?
agree. I mean,
what's up with the connection
no proof on
between them
anything,
then? Are you thinking that they're family, or what's the situation?
I don't know. I
Catherine?
kind of fall back to Sean's they've met before theory, where they're not related, but like Kylo or Ben at the time was invested in her
Right.
because Luke and Ben found her. If you guys you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll just go back a couple episodes. We talk about a theory that Sean has that I think is really good. And I think that would explain this connection. It explains why Kylo knows who she is. It explains why they would be connected in the Force. But they don't necessarily have to be related in order for that connection to be valid. So, I don't know.
What do we see anywhere where it explicitly says they're connected?
no, it's just to us it seems like that there is some
'Cause-
type of thing going on there.
I don't think it's a connection more as Kylo's surprised to see another Force
Okay.
user,
Well, he
especially
doesn't
someone that's
know-
a rando.
Well, he doesn't know that she's a Force user when he finds out that she's taken the Falcon on Jakku.
Well, I know, and I understand that. I'm not saying that he knew that. I'm saying he knew that she had the map, and that was it. That's why he was like, all right, let's take the girl, because he expected her to be some weak-minded person, not someone that could actually resist him. That's why
Yeah,
but
he was
Brennan-
like, leave the droid. We got the girl.
Yeah, but maybe when he realized she was Force sensitive, then it clicked like, oh, maybe this is the same girl.
I think it's more of him being embarrassed and pissed off that he couldn't read the mind of some weak person. At least he thought it was a weak person.
But
at the
Brennan,
time.
how do you explain what girl?
I don't see, like, we've already discussed this though. I don't see it as him saying like, I know who this is. I'm seeing it more like he said he was bewildered and confused or whatever. I think it was just him being like, where the F is this person coming from? Like,
Yeah, maybe we're
who's this
reading in
girl?
too much into
I mean,
what
this
girl.
entire podcast is about reading too much into things. So
Well, I know.
Yeah, but,
But I'm like, I don't
no,
think-
I understand. It's. I agree with you. I mean, for the majority of time, I haven't even talked about Reylo because there's no proof, like you're saying. There's no evidence on either way. I'm just talking thematically and what makes sense that I could see it happening.
And now we're back to our heroine, right? And this moment where she's about to, for the first time, be confronted by Kylo Ren, a character who she's going to have a very interesting relationship with moving forward, is in a really very specific kind of talent, able to perform a character when your face completely is hidden. Adam Driver's body language is very specific here.
And what are you reading that from?
That's when they're fighting.
That's like the storyboard script.
That's a quote from the commentary on The Force Awakens by J.J. Abrams.
which I actually haven't listened to.
I actually haven't listened to
Is
it.
that
yet.
worth it?
I've
Has
listened
anyone listened
to.
that?
I remember when it came out. I went back and listened to the important parts that people were pulling out. That were like had some interesting moments, but I didn't listen to it in its entirety.
Dude, I'm stoked about a Ryan
So
commentary.
JJ specifically says
Ooh,
that
yeah.
there is some sort of interesting relationship that they're going to have moving forward.
Yeah, and I mean Ryan has said that there is some type of romance in the film. He didn't say it's big because I think it's just we're going to see their relationship start.
Right.
You know, it's not going
Well,
to go
here's-
crazy.
Here's what I think the two big pushbacks are in your guys' defense. One, Matt, close your ears. Go ahead and take your time.
Just
he can't take
They-
his eyes off
they-
his paperclip.
They seem to be pushing it in the trailer, and I seem to be an obvious.
that they're gonna fall in love. You're saying?
Like the reach out and like grabbing her, take my hand. kind of
Well-
like,
Well,
I see that more as them teaming up, not them falling in love.
well, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what I'm
that's
saying.
a,
It's-
I think
that's
that's
why-
an obvious misdirect that they're trying to do.
Did you guys read the Entertainment Weekly articles that just came out with all like the 4 different covers?
I just read snippets. From
One
it.
of those articles said that the heart of this film is the relationship between Kylo Ren and Rey. Like that was the actual.
That was the actual line. from it.
Yes, That the heart of this film, and I've seen
But
that
it still
more
doesn't
than
mean
once.
that still doesn't make it a love
No,
story.
it
I'm
doesn't
just
make it a
saying-
love story. I'm
just
not saying that.
It could. The reason that I'm in the defense of it not being a Reylo relationship, I think that they seem to be that they could be misdirecting it with the marketing. That's just one of my points. Matt, you can come
I
back.
think you're fine now,
You're good.
Matt.
I was just saying, I think there could be some
good.
misdirects that's
Matt,
happening.
can you plug your ears real quick?
Because second is my second point to counter Sean's like overarching thing. I think that
Arcing.
they're arcing. Yeah, that's probably arcing's better. I think that the pushback I would have if I was on the other side, which I'm not sure that I am, is it would be super cliche to have them fall in love.
It would be cliche if they did it in specific ways. I think
How would it not be cliche? In what way would it not be cliche? Let's hear it, Sean.
Because
where
I think it would be pretty cliche.
majority of the relationship does not happen on screen. Where we see at the end of this one, we see them come together.
Yeah.
You know how dumb that would be? No,
We
piss
didn't,
people.
we didn't see Leia and
You're
Han's
gonna be
entire
so
relationship.
pissed.
That would be so. No, but you at least saw them like flirting and doing like you
Right.
knew.
And I'm saying we're going to see the
I don't
beginnings of
feel
that.
Like I knew.
You don't think you knew they were gonna fall for each other
Not
after
at
they?
the, not
It
at
was
the
like
end of Empire Strikes Back.
it was
I
like
definitely
middle
didn't.
school.
Well, definitely at the end of Empire Strikes Back, we had no idea.
No clue, but like it was like Luke.
Oh yeah, that they kind
Okay,
of.
first off, everyone.
Sorry, that's what I did. I wasn't imitating you. Yeah, so
So I mean, I guess you see your point there. I don't
So,
think that.
yeah, I think that we're going to see them come together
But
to
also-
work together, and then we might see like clearly he's going to have some type of attraction, and she'll probably like be like off put by it a bit.
Han and Leia though were like together. Like I don't. They actually were spending time together though.
right.
Right, and I think
I think something that I kind of
I'm saying like this is going to play into the third film of the trilogy.
for it not to be dumb, Kylo has to man up a little bit too.
Right, and I think
'Cause
he's going
like
to.
kinda
And he looks like a
whiny right
man in
now.
these trailers though.
He does. He looks.
I think
pretty
that's
Especially that one where he
Snoke's gonna
cuts the Ewok in half.
Oh shoot, Matt! You didn't close your ears. Oh no! Don't worry. He tunes us out anyways to focus on.
death-
other things.
the death there was
He's worried about his paper clip. So basically, a Tamagotchi.
I heard about the Ewoks.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I just knew that it was
cut Matt
Brennan,
off
so
purposely.
I'm just saying all
goes
of the
back to
promotional
clips.
material has said that the
gonna
heart
be
of this
slow,
film
I'm
is the
gonna enjoy it.
relationship between Rey and Kylo Ren.
I'm good. It's gonna be slow, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
And then you know what?
Jeez.
I just had a pocket knife to my throat. If anybody was wondering,
That's not
and I was just
okay.
well, now,
getting
I
started.
cut that whole part out right there.
like the Last Jedi, our podcast is gonna have at least a PG-13 rating.
At least a PG-13 rating.
Which
For
has been
what
relaxed.
reason? Why would we have a PG-13 rating? Please tell us.
Partially
bite.
because of partial nudity and sexual content
Wait. Okay. Where is that confirmed?
in the official rating for
In
the
the
film.
MPAA.
It said it though. Like
Yes.
I know it gave
Yes,
the rating or whatever. I didn't think
It
it,
said
actually
for,
said.
for mild violence and partial nudity and sexual
I
content.
love that. Okay, where's that confirmed? Well, the people that
official
rated the
I
film.
Well, no, I thought it was like what I people like. Oh, it's rated PG-13, and it's rated PG-13 because this list of reasons it could be rated that. That's why.
Oh,
I
no,
listed
no.
two
No, this
specific
is
reasons:
legit.
violence and sexual content.
Was Force Awakens PG?
Force Awakens was
thought it was
PG-13.
PG-13.
Okay, I thought so.
Because
for
I'm
what-
thinking. I'm still
violence.
thinking it's because of Canto Bite.
could be.
And
Yeah, I mean it could
because
be
they haven't shown
Twilight
any.
Dancers,
They haven't.
but
They
who
haven't
knows?
shown Canto Bite in anything. Like in nothing.
I mean, we've
Why?
seen bits of
Why?
it.
What does it say? What does the rating say? Sexual nudity? Does it say that?
Well, I mean, you could have non-sexual nudity.
I mean, you could, yeah, but I feel like the
Yeah, I was
distinction
seeing what
there
the
is
Force
important.
Awakens was.
Going back, it says The Last Jedi gets a IFCO rating of 12A for moderate violence and mild sex/nudity and language.
Interesting. Mild sex. That doesn't seem
We're gonna see Poe's
Star
buns.
Wars.
Yeah, no, I mean, we never had like a, even with Padme and Anakin, all we got was kissing, nothing more.
And sand.
Yeah,
Lot of
so
sand
for
it
The
got
Force
everywhere.
Awakens, it was just for violence. Sci-fi action violence.
Yep.
That was what the MPA certified it as.
So there you go. That's why people are theorizing about Reylos, because of things like that.
I
what-
just
like-
don't see it.
I know.
Sorry.
I'm with you.
I don't see it.
I don't either, but there it is. So
I mean, I could. I don't know.
No, I mean, like I was saying, I hadn't given it much thought, but I think it does it's a serious possibility and makes sense.
I don't see it so much. I think Poe and Haldo is more believable than Reylo.
I think
I
Poe
don't
and
know where you
Finn
get
is more
that at
believable
all.
than Poe and Haldo.
You got that from one Entertainment Weekly cover photo.
The eyes,
of them
Richie.
together.
It's the
She's
eyes.
Myron.
She's looking in.
She's Myron.
We're gonna talk
Well,
about her
probably
hair
because Poe
again.
kissed Carrie Fisher on set in The Force Awakens, so she's like, "Do I get one too?" Or
Hey, I think
They make it pretty clear in the book that she seems to be at least bisexual.
a little bit curious.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sir, are you buying or are you just curious? You could say I'm bi-curious.
Thank you.
Arrested Development. What a great show.
Yeah. So I think that's all we got.
Yeah, I think we've stretched that as much as we can, and clearly we're not going to change each other's
That's infected
minds.
Ike's clicking paper clips.
Are you
right now.
really? Are you seriously? I'm done. Folks, I just want to say it's been a wild ride. I really appreciate your support. This is my signing off for the final time
We are
as host of the Canon
one
Factory.
week.
I want to say that the podcast is going to continue, but I just will not be the host. I just literally my personal health, I can't take it anymore. So as I hear furious clicking of paper clips in the background, just know that I'll probably be starting my own side project. So if you want to go check that out, I'm sure there'll be more news on my personal Twitter.
Life as a Midget by
1
Sean
week.
Barker.
More paper
And
clips.
there we see
Don't
folks,
tune out just
why
yet,
Brennan's
folks.
humor has always been so important to the podcast
7
because it
clips
brings
per
that
second.
kindergartner viewers
Kindergartner or kindergartner?
that we always needed.
If I click really fast, I can get 10.
So
1 week.
Force
We are 1 week
your
away,
faith.
folks,
9.
from
see you
The
next
Last
time,
Jedi.
guys.